What's going on, guys? I'm Bluntguts. This is a Watch Air Rounds video. Today, we're going to be talking about Hellfire Codex. In particular, oops, I'm not even in there. Let's take a look. This beautiful, beautiful Hellfire Emperor here. I really like his look. Looks a little like Ragnaros, if I'm being honest with you. Just my WoW poking through there, but I got triple S in here, and I was able to do it by using one artifact. I'm sure you all know what it is, or maybe you don't because you're checking out this video. So let's take a look at the best artifacts in the game for this codex. So here's what we can look at. Go to Heroes. We're going to go to Artifacts. Go to the Forge. Well, actually, we'll go down to the exclusive Forge. So I don't know about the exclusive artifacts, so we're going to go through them together here. However, there's really only one artifact that you need to know about in this game mode, and that is... it's in here somewhere. I'm just not good at finding it. There it is. The Bastion Ring, formerly known as Olog's Wall. Olog got his wall taken away from him, but it's okay. The Bastion Ring is going to take care of us. So there's two reasons that this is the best artifact in the game for this game mode. One really important reason, and then one that's kind of important, but not quite as much. At least not unless you're pushing it really high into, like, say, triple S territory. So the most important thing about this is this first line: increases block by 1. Full stop. That's the most important thing here. That is what you want. So the Bastion Ring is going to enable each one of your heroes to block 1 additional enemy. And if you don't know, the way that this game mode works, if you do any damage to the enemies in this game mode, you only do 1 damage. Your stats don't matter. There is no calculation there. They cannot take more than 1 damage from an outside source, or at least from a player source. That 1 damage is the max they can take. So what you need to do is when you block them, the boss itself, the Hellfire Emperor, he does damage, ticking damage, to any unit on the map that is blocked. That is super important. So the more you can block, the more damage you do. The more score you get, the higher you get. Then you get a triple S, then you get to brag to your friends, then you get to do all these things to make yourself feel better. You know, that's really what the name of the game is, right? We're trying to make ourselves feel good. So Bastion Ring, that's going to make you feel the best. So what I really like about the Bastion Ring, aside from the block, is that it also gives this stacking damage reduction. Not just physical damage reduction, not just magic damage reduction, both. It's going to give you across the board damage reduction of 4% per unit that you are blocking, up to 4. And as you rank this up, that percentage increases. So at rank 25, it is at 9%. So it caps at 4 stacks, so you can get 36% damage reduction, which is just obscene. It's insane. I have mine on Adeline because she is blocking the most units in this mode, and she's a unit. She's an absolute unit. Even though she is an epic, even though she doesn't have great base stats, she wrecks in this game mode. So Bastion Ring, ideally you want one of these on every single one of your tanks. Everyone. It doesn't really matter if they're ranked up. A lot of mine are level 1. I haven't even put any mithril into them to rank them up past the initial that you get them at. So, and really the reason being, one, whether it's 1 or 10, until you start ranking them up to the additional ranks, you aren't getting anything else out of it really, except for a little bit of base stats. So you're going to get a little HP, a little attack. We don't care about the attack. The HP is helpful for keeping your defenders up a bit longer, but you don't. It's marginal. It's not really that much at the end of the day. So what you want is 6 of these, really, unless there are some of these exclusives that do provide additional block. I don't believe that there are, but we're going to go through right now and see. I don't know what any of these are, so we're going to, maybe this gets cut out at the end. Nope. I know those. What is this? It's Morgan's. This Venom. Oh, Lasir. That's Tiebreaker is Rozox. Glacial Wings. Nope, that's Valkyra. Don't want that. That's Silas. Chant of the Depths. That's Calypso. We don't need that. This is Comets, I assume, right? Yeah. Weaver's Hood. That's going to be Ezrin, right? Yeah. Obviously, that's Hatsit. She's the only one that it's obvious on. I know that's Sadie. I have Mockery. That's Arrogance. Didn't pull him this weekend. Yeah. Fuck you, Moonton. That really sucked. I'm sorry. I really like this company. I'm a little salty, if you can't tell. I pulled almost 600 shards this weekend. I only pulled 4 legendaries, including the guaranteed lust. I got Island. I got an Orem. And what else did I get? Nobody of consequence, that's for sure. I can't remember who the other one was. Somebody that I didn't really, somebody that I used, but not somebody that I care that much about. So it is what it is. I only got 4 Legos out of 600 pulls. That's not great rates, especially when you consider one is the guaranteed. And I did do pity manipulation to kind of go onto the Silas banner. I didn't get any Silas. I didn't get any Vierna. I don't really want any Vierna, but it is what it is. Anyways, that is obviously Zilla 2. Let's get back to this. Sorrow's Veil, that's Iron. We're not going to be using that. This is Voroth. We don't care about that. I think that is Eunomia, maybe? Right? Leia. Eagles is, shoot, I can't, Cal or something like that. Cade. That is Volca. We don't need Volcas. That's Ajax, obviously. Nope, that's Cetrum. That is Twin Fiend. Nocturne. Brokir. Increases block by 1. So, if you have Brokirs, we went through all that just for this one, I think, probably. If you have Brokirs, then that will help. That is something that will help you out. But it's not going to do any more. I guess it'll increase his durability a bit more than what you would see from the Bastion Ring. So if you're using, but maybe not, honestly, at the end of the day. You'll have to play around with it and see. So you're getting, even if you have a level 1 Bastion Ring, you're getting +1 block, which is the same as here, so that's a push. And then, so really what you're comparing is whether or not the effect here is going to outpace basically 16% magic and physical damage reduction. And the big damage in this game mode is all magic damage. So magic damage is really all we care about. So I guess when applied with freeze, so that is when his unyielding triggers, or when he uses ultimate, the hero restores 10% HP and increases defense by 10%. I guess for the duration, I wish some of these tooltips were a little bit more specific. I imagine that if it was a permanent 10% defense increase, that they would specifically state it. So I'm going to assume that it's just for the ultimate duration, which at that point, you have this massive shield on. You are not going to, the enemies aren't going to beat through that in my experience. So I don't know if that's going to help you. The 10% HP might be helpful, but he's already tanky enough. I think you probably, either one. If you have it, you could use this so that you can reallocate one of those Bastion Rings onto a different hero. But other than that, I don't know that it's worthwhile. Cratch, what the Cratch? This is Azor's. So I guess if you have Azor's, you could potentially use him, but because his base stats are so bad, I don't think he's going to be a better option than somebody with a Bastion Ring. So the only time I would say that you might want to use Azor in this instance is, 1, if you have this artifact, and 2, if you were short on Bastion Rings to distribute amongst your team. He might help you out in that way because you can increase block, but his base stats are basically at epic level. So he's not going to be better than your epic options if you do have a Bastion Ring, because he doesn't have any defensive skills other than that, really. So that would be my recommendation, is don't use him. Like in most places in the game, don't use Azor. He's not great. That is a healer artifact. Wailing Tusk, Apsan. That is Valeria's. I'm not sure what this one is. That's Islands. Nyx. A-Bomb. Regulus. During the ultimate, increases the hero's max HP by an extra 20%. And so, I mean, that's not a bad artifact. Although I think, when are you going to use that instead of a Bastion Ring? Probably not in that many instances. But that's Shamir, and this is Zealous, of course. So I'm going to go back to what I said before. There's really only one trinket that you need, or artifact that you need to worry about. You want to be using the Bastion Ring. That's the one that you should be using. If you do have Stoic Winter for Brokir, you could use that as well. If you are desperate, and I mean, you got to be really, really fucking desperate, you can use the Soul Crucible for Azor. But I think that there are better epic options. So that is what I will say about that. I'm going to be putting out several more of these videos today. If you were making a last-minute push on Hellfire Emperor, you may want to stay tuned. I'm going to have a tips and tricks video where I go through some of the little min-max things that I did to try to help out in kind of pushing me over the edge to get to triple S. That may be useful to you if you are pushing this. I'm also going to be putting out a walkthrough of how I did my team, and then I think there's also going to be a gearing guide. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck. I hope you had better pulls this weekend than I did. I hope you get triple S or SS plus or double S or whatever it is that you're shooting for. And I hope that this content helps. If you did enjoy the content, I would love a like and a subscribe. Either one would be great. Preferably a subscribe, I guess, if I had to pick between the two. But, you know, it really lets me know that you appreciate the content and gives me motivation to put out more in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching. Good luck to you all. Hope you all have a great day.